Alright guys, welcome back to Persona 5. The last time we met in Persona 5, we made some progression in Nijima's palace, but we also discovered that there is a bit of a barrier between the high member floor and the members floor. Oh, and now we're progressing Mishima's confidant. Also, we did spend a lot of time in the Velvet Room for no reason. So yeah, we're actually finishing Mishima's confidant today.
Honestly, I was pretty desperate at the time, so I don't remember much. But in the back of my head, I was thinking what you would do in that situation. I mean, you put yourself on the line to stop Kamoshida, and probably other villains too. So I thought there had to be something I could do myself. I was only acting out of fear, though. You know, I've always wanted to change. I wanted to go from the dull nobody everyone messes with to the famous world-renowned hero. But you helped me realize something important. Heroes aren't heroes because they're famous. It's because they fight for other people. Looking back on it, what I really wanted to change was the weak me. The me on the volleyball team who let wrongdoing go unpunished, even though I knew it was unjust. The cowardly me who looked the other way when people I knew were in need of help. Tell me the truth. I only changed because you stole my heart, right?
Oh yeah, technically we didn't do anything.
Huh? You mean I didn't have a change of heart?
Yeah, we didn't do anything to him. I forgot about that. We didn't even fight a shadow.
It really was you. You changed my heart. All this time, I've been looking up to the Phantom Thieves, pretending to be a collaborator. And now, I'm finally able to stop pretending.
Yeah, like technically you are a collaborator. I mean, you gave us intel on targets and we took them out.
I may not be able to change the world, but I can change myself. Whether I sulk about my inability to do anything, or hang my head high and look to the future, my perception shapes the boundaries of my world. It all comes down to what's inside my heart. I might still mess up every so often, but as long as you're here, I'll be able to stand up again. So, I may not be the best person around. You can feel free to rely on me at least sometimes. And no matter what the world says, I'll be rooting for you. Just like you were for me.
Alright. So that's Mishima's confidant dealt with. Yeah, that's pretty standard. With that said though, I will say that I was looking through the parts for this week in terms of content, and I'm going to be very frank here. We are going to be in a very story-driven moments very soon. I will say that we will finish the palace, and we will be in a very story-driven area filled with a lot of spoilers. So, I can say you can take this as your spoiler warning, because from this part on, I will say there will be intense spoilers from this game, from Persona 5 and Persona 5 Royal, but I will try my best not to spoil too much from Royal. I won't be, I'll try not to talk about the new semester, because really, there's nothing related to that, to be honest. But I will talk about, like, some differences in terms of story, not the story details, but more like execution. Because there are actually a few things I do like that Royal does with a certain confidant. I'm willing to bet you know who. And just how it handles that boss battle as a result.
Oh, yes. Do you know the answer? Very good. No way.
Seriously, that's like the 800th time I've answered a question. But we are going straight back to the palace today, actually, because we're going to go to the courtroom with Akechi and Makoto, because Sai's going to be there, and she's going to see us in there, and, you know, change her cognition, we're allowed in there. Because in the palace, we weren't allowed in there.
So this is what the courtroom is like.
No one finds this suspicious that a bunch of high school students are coming in here, and Akechi?
I'm shocked that Nijima-san could think of somewhere this solemn.
No one's suspicious of this?
So Makoto's sis is that lady who's overflowing with the aura of a capable woman.
Joker. Yes, another one to add to the harem. I mean, fuck.
Personal use of government funds?
I read about that in a magazine. He went on a vacation with his mistress to some fancy hot springs.
Aren't politicians supposed to be loaded? Why'd he mess with our tax money?
Playing with other people's cash is a total no-go. This may sound odd, but isn't Nijima-san supposed to be busy with our investigation?
Joker,
Does she really
aren't
pretend to be
we
curious
friends with a
about
former
this?
politician who dealt with similar
Supposedly
stuff?
She was on this case before being assigned to the Phantom Thieves. Normally another prosecutor would take her place, but Sai-san can be a bit of a perfectionist.
Hey, how are we gonna get Nijima-san to notice us? Did you tell her we'd be coming?
Yo, Ryuji, yell out we're Phantom Thieves.
Do we have a backup plan?
Not exactly. But I'm sure she'll notice us eventually.
I mean, look at us. We're all literal anime protagonists. How could she miss us?
I noticed a lot of students here, but is that Akechi-kun? And Makoto?
They're the only
Think
ones
of them.
fully
There was a
rendered.
message about her coming. That doesn't matter for now.
See? It's almost time to begin.
Alright. Nijima can see now that we're allowed in the courtroom. This should let us enter that high limit thingamajig. Let's head over to her palace once the trial's over.
Stay in the bag, damn it!
Wonder what the trial was about. I really do wonder what that trial was about. What was that trial about?
Now then, let's begin the infiltration.
What was the trial about? Oh. Members floor. That's the dice game area, you idiot. Yeah, you're better off just going to the members floor. I guess I discovered that safe room. Yeah, I wouldn't say this palace is very stingy with the safe room since all the game areas are relatively small. But now we are heading to the high limit floor because, you know, cognition crap. Or high rate floor.
I have something.
Why did the elevator say high rate, but... translation, I'm assuming. And they were just too lazy to change the texture. I don't blame them. Or model or whatever it is. I don't know how they do, signs. So now so for the high limit floor, we have two, okay. But first we're going to see our end game here. Because they're not going to let me go to the other game. Yeah. So we have two games in the high limit floor. The House of Darkness and the Battle Arena. You have to do the House of Darkness first. Because you need like 10,000 chips to participate in the Battle Arena.
Yes.
Win. Yep, so you need 100,000 coins to even access the manager's floor. But actually, they're going to change the total Nijima's gonna cheat. No surprise there. Nijima's gonna cheat later and change the total to where it's whatchamacallit, to where it's like 500,000. And screw us over essentially. I think it's a 500,000, or is it a million? I don't remember. I know it's a lot of chips, and you know, actually, don't worry about that though, because you'll find out. You'll figure it out next part. Yeah, so at this point though, we are finishing the palace. Not in this part though, because I think the dark floor takes a little bit. The House of Darkness actually takes a little bit for me, but it's not that bad actually. So you need to do this first because you need... Okay, yeah. There is a safe room there if you want to take it, because here's how it works. First off, you see that there is no map of the area due to the fact that, Oh, there is actually a different palace theme. It's just quiet. So, here's what my recommendation is for you. Use Thief Vision. Just cheat a little. Well, actually, I think you're supposed to use Thief Vision to make it a lot easier on yourself. Because with Thief Vision, you can see where you're going. Because Thief Vision can overpower the darkness or some bullshit like that. But this isn't a straight up maze. It's more of you're going in a set path. You're just trying to figure out... I guess that is a maze. Never mind. You could have baton passed. He killed himself, to be honest.
Good work, everyone.
I'm gonna be honest there. He killed himself. But the House of Darkness is a pretty standard thing. If you just follow what I'm doing, you'll get there pretty... You'll pretty much get... Seriously?
I have something.
Wow.
Don't use bless attacks. Try something else. Don't use bless attacks. Try something else.
Go down.
What?
Do not obstruct us. Die.
You did it, Fox.
Checkmate.
I need to look at his weakness chart, but I don't think I do look at it.
That's a new one, isn't it?
I guess I had to pray I got a critical hit? I mean, thank you, Yusuke, for doing that, but,
All right.
kind of wanted to know his weakness, if he even had one. Oh yeah, we gotta first discover that the door's locked.
This has to be a joke.
See it.
I do hate the fact that the game doesn't let you use it the moment you know. Even because, you know, I mean, it's a small inconvenience that you have to interact with the door just to tell them, oh, use the vent. Why does this... I'm sorry, why does the palace have a security level? She knows we're here. Like, I would understand for Kanashiro and, Kamoshida, Madarame, and the other palace rulers, but Nijima clearly knows we're here.
Obliterated them. Don't forget this feeling.
Well, technically, all the other palace rulers knew we were there, but also at that point, though, when we leave the palace, they didn't really... Kamoshida didn't really know we were there when we infiltrated the palace fully. Neither did... And Kanashiro didn't either. Until we showed ourselves to him towards the end of the palace.
See it.
Madarame didn't even know we came back until the end of the palace, until we finished off the palace too. No, even then he didn't know. He just knew someone was sneaking around. I guess that really would count as him knowing we were there. Door's locked. Somewhere. Okumura didn't really... I guess Okumura probably got the idea, though, since the fact that Haru's... actually, Okumura did know because we awakened to Haru's persona on the same day. Actually, would you really call that awakening to it? Since she was already... She already had it. She just more... How do you word that? How do I word that?
Somewhere. Oh, a treasure chest.
Oh.
There are some other treasure chests in the House of Darkness, but I don't really feel like getting them, so... you know, you can get them if you want to by going back through the other door, but I don't feel like doing that. I could climb that. But once again, we have to go through some back passageway because that guy is cheating and we need to, you know, do our thing. We need to get to the other side of the cards. And what's his weakness? Oh, lightning? Okay, well, technically it's not his weakness, it's more... That's the only thing that'll damage him. I just realized we didn't get the Chihaya money fortune reading. Well, actually, we didn't even get a choice, honestly. We didn't get a chance to prepare for this. That's fine.
Takes care of that. Let's move.
I'm surprised I managed to do that, by the way. Why did I not manage to do that earlier? That's 2 treasure demons, isn't it?
I can feel it.
I don't know if I mentioned that treasure demons cannot be used for battle. I'm pretty sure I have, though. Because honestly, they'd be broken otherwise. If you look at their if you look at what they get, what kind of moveset they have, they're designed for fusion, and that's really all it is for. Which isn't terrible, mind you, but like, if you look at the skills they give you, some of them anyway, some of them could be completely broken. I mean, they do all have a set skill pattern, skill thing, but like, you know, if you could equip that to you, you could break you could break the game. Like, I think one of them's like a bunch of passive effects that allow you to nullify all moves except for like one affinity, which is, I think, Almighty.
What was that?
How do you miss that? We're level 90, Makoto. Calm down. And I just got a critical hit. I feel like I always get a critical hit with Sword Dance. Like, is there a high chance of crit with that, or am I just crazy? Yes, head straight there. I really don't feel like exploring anymore. This palace is not really good for exploration, to be honest. Alright, so now we need to go to the battle arena, which the battle arena could either be the most badass section for Joker, or the most annoying thing for Joker, depending on your persona setup. But because this is actually a moment that could be utter bullshit for you if you aren't prepared. Because now we have to do a series of battles with Joker by himself. Only Joker can fight in this. And it can be either really annoying or pretty simple if you have the right personas. So I highly recommend making sure your personas are decent for this. Or, you know, just have Joker at level 99. Or, you know, farm the Reaper like a normal person. Oh, also make sure you enter a safe room before coming in here. There is a safe room right there if you want to go in it.
How about this?
Yes.
I fought by myself before. But the battles are pretty easy, for me especially, since I am, again, level 90. And also, I think I do have the skills that are that the enemies are weak to. And Futaba actually does still help you in terms of navigating.
This one's strong. Be careful.
All right.
Joker got knocked down.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, time for combat.
All right.
I would have done charge first, because charge can't go away until you use your
Nice, Joker.
move. But I know what I'm trying to do.
Too slow.
Nice, Joker. Just at the last second. This one's strong. Be careful.
Zone out. Go down.
Yeah, but like, look at that. I wiped him out.
Zone out. There.
That's pretty much it. There's a second one though. Phantom Dweeb. Hey, that's mean. I believe these ones are weak to electricity.
This one's strong. Be careful.
You're mine.
Or it doesn't really matter. It's like I'm level 90.
Can't be.
Oh, Thor.
Raphael. Let's go.
I'll do something about this.
Very helpful, Futaba. I win. Wow. Okay. Jesus. I just bullied them.
For real?
Alright. Well, that's the end of that. Are we approaching the end of the part? I feel like we are, because next part I know we are doing is, going to be the... Oh, but first we're getting the card. Oh yeah, we don't need a card, we just go to the thing. I'd wait until after we get the chips. Yeah, go to the safe room. So yeah, that was actually pretty quick, to be honest. This was honestly the quickest we've completed a palace, and I know why they did that once again, but again, Christ. Anyway, so the next time we meet in Persona 5, we're actually going to be finishing the palace infiltration, and then I think from here on, I think we have one part of Confidant part, and then story. So see you guys next time, and take care.
We know that I see what